So there's some real nefarious things going on with the Browns media. They've been on this all season long. Now it's coming out that Dan Labb, a Browns reporter, on top of what Jason Lloyd has said about he doesn't think that Shedeur should be on the roster. Dan Labb has said he doesn't feel like Shedeur should be QB1 at all going into 2026. He says there shouldn't be a scenario where Shedeur Sanders is QB1. I'm like, what? Who's going to be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns? Is it going to be a veteran quarterback on another team? Who's going to be Mac Jones, Malik Willis, Kirk Cousins? That's who you. When you say things like that, you need to give me a name, okay? Don't say something like that. Here's the thing that Browns beat reporters do. They say stuff, but they don't really back up what they say with a name. If you don't think Shedeur Sanders should be QB1, then who do you think should be QB1? Do you believe that Dylan Gabriel should be QB1? Do you believe Deshaun Watson should be QB1? Do you believe Mac Jones should be QB1? Do you believe Malik Willis should be QB1? Do you believe Kirk Cousins should be QB1? Don't say these things and just throw darts at a dartboard without putting some names on it, okay? Dan Labb, Mary Kay Cabot, Jason Lloyd, all these jokers in Cleveland media, all right, all of them at some point this year have been on the Shedeur isn't it bandwagon. It's almost like they play tag. It's like, all right, tag, it's your turn to trash on Shedeur Sanders. That's why Shedeur really wasn't having it with the Browns media. They were trying to pit him against Kevin Stefanski, even though Kevin Stefanski was doing him dirty the whole entire season. We already know about that. We already know he was QB4 throwing the trash cans in training camp. I know because I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I have followed this. I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan, yes, but I'm a Cleveland Browns fan on top of that. And I've been a Cleveland Browns fan this entire process. I was a Cleveland Browns fan before it was cool to be a Cleveland Browns fan. We're getting a lot of people that are Cleveland Browns fans because of nephew, and that's fine. But, hey, believe this when I tell you this. Cleveland media have been like this for a minute, okay? It ain't just been towards Shedeur. It was towards Baker. When Baker Mayfield was in Cleveland, he was getting the business with the media as well. The Browns media is just, they are miserable people. That just is what it is. They got to live in Cleveland. I lived in Northeast Ohio for 32 years, man. I know it's real seasonal depression on top of the Cleveland Browns not being good. So, yeah, you're probably going to have a foul mood talking about the Browns. And when you got to talk about Shedeur Sanders because he's popular, it's probably annoying to them. Hey, deal with it. It's your job. I'm coming at it from a fan's perspective. As a fan of the Cleveland Browns and a fan of Shedeur Sanders, I just find it baffling that these reporters who see the Cleveland Browns every day, they've been to all the games, they do not see or they don't want to see. So this is what I mean, that there needs to be more black media that controls the narrative when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Because when they're saying stuff, it's just coming out as, oh, we need to turn the page from Shedeur. It seems like it's more coming from the place they don't want to deal with all the noise that comes with Shedeur Sanders, more so than his play on the field. Because anybody that's a former player, they'll tell you, especially a former quarterback, that this guy does have talent. There is something innate with Shedeur Sanders. He is a leader. The locker room gravitates to him. I don't ever see these Browns reporters talk about the locker room and how they gravitate towards Shedeur Sanders, and they didn't do that for Joe Flacco or they didn't do that for Dylan Gabriel. You can see in the locker room the last two games, they're like, oh, we got a chance to have Shedeur to be QB1 next year. This defense, we're going to ramp it up, even though we know that Kevin Stefanski ain't going to be here next year. We're going to make it certain that we support Shedeur. And they won their last two games against divisional opponents. It's funny that these Dan Labbs, Mary Kay Cabots, the Jason Lloyds, they're not bringing up that the Browns won their last two games. They just want you to gloss over that. Did the Browns not win their last two games against two divisional opponents they were supposed to beat? I don't care what the numbers say for Shedeur. When the history books are written, it will say that Shedeur got the win against the Steelers and Shedeur Sanders got the win against the Cincinnati Bengals. All right? Because y'all say, oh, the stats don't matter. Y'all said the stats didn't matter when Shedeur threw for 364 because he lost. Now y'all want to say, oh, the stats matter that he won. So which one is it? Do y'all want your quarterback to win, or y'all just want your quarterbacks to have nice stats? Because Shedeur has done both. He has shown you a game where he went out on his first start and he threw for 210, did exactly what he was supposed to do. Touchdown, 1 interception. That's fine. That's his first start. I witnessed that game in living color. I was there in Vegas. I got the shirt when I was in Vegas. I saw it. All people are trying to say is that Shedeur ain't it with Browns media. It's like, if you don't like nephew, just say that. But please don't act like the Browns didn't have the worst offensive line according to Pro Football Focus. Please don't act like the Browns didn't have the worst receiving core according to Pro Football Focus. 32nd. He had a lot to work with. Also, his pressure rate and him throwing on first down compared to Dylan Gabriel was worse. So they did not allow him. They did not put him in great situations. That's Kevin Stefanski. That's Tommy Rees. They was trying to put Dylan Gabriel in every favorable position they could, and he still was terrible. Shedeur Sanders was put in more bad situations than I can remember a rookie quarterback. And yeah, in spots he didn't look good because he wasn't placed in a position to succeed. And guess what? He still went 3-4. Guess what? He still was rookie of the week. He still threw for 364. He still won in his debut. Ended up 3-4. All right. The numbers overall, if you're just looking at the numbers aren't great, but he can improve on that. I ain't even worried about the numbers. I'm worried about progression because we've seen Peyton Manning throw for 28 interceptions in his rookie season. We've seen quarterbacks like that. We see John Elway have a 54 passer rating his rookie year. Yeah, people don't want to bring that up for context. They just want to be like, oh, Shedeur, 68 passer rating, 18 QBR. This guy cannot play at all. Add some context when you're saying those things. Dan Lab, Jason Lloyd, Mary Kay Cabot, please add some context into that he did not have a lot to work with. Plus, he had a coach who seemed like he was working against him, then for him. I'm just saying, you need to add all these things in context. And Andrew Berry, he's the wild card in all this. Andrew Berry likes Shedeur Sanders, so if Andrew Berry is the GM, Shedeur is going to have a real opportunity to compete for the QB1 position. It just is what it is. So these Dan Labs, Mary Kay Cabot, Jason Lloyd, they can say whatever they want to. The wild card is Andrew Berry. And Andrew Berry, best believe, he was the one that fired Kevin Stefanski. He was Kevin Stefanski's boss. Stop trying to get this out of your head that they was like this. No. Andrew Berry was Kevin Stefanski's boss. He was under him. Okay? So let's please stop muddying the waters, Cleveland media. All right? Andrew Berry was Kevin Stefanski's boss. Stop trying to pair them at the hip like they're the same person. No. Kevin Stefanski was a subordinate to Andrew Berry. I got to keep saying that because the media will have you believe, oh, they're tied at the hip. They're like this. No, Andrew Berry was Kevin Stefanski's boss straight up, and he fired his ass. It just is what it is. All right, I'll end on that note. Dan Lab, Mary Kay Cabot, Tony Gross. At some point this year, they all been on the, hey, let's get Shedeur out of Cleveland bandwagon. Hey, guess what? Y'all not Andrew Berry. Y'all can just talk all the mess y'all want to. It's irrelevant. We know how, at least I know how the biggest road in Northeast Ohio. I lived there. I lived there for 32 years. I know how certain folks roll in Northeast Ohio. It just is what it is. All right. I'll end it with that. KSK Sports rolling out. Like and subscribe. Help your boy get to 400 subs. Peace.